Now people normally assume when we say Hijra, it means Mecca. You know, get on the next plane and out of here. But we have to understand, look at the Hijra in the time of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. The Hijra from Mecca to Medina, was that out of Arabia? No. The most fundamental Hijra was right within Arabia itself. So Hijra doesn't necessarily mean leave the UK. It means establishing here first and foremost where you are, Muslim town. You heard of Chinatown? Well, you need to think about Muslim town. Yes, people could say that's Bradford. We have one already. No, no. Bradford is not a place of Hijra. Bradford is by default. Right? Muslims gathered there by default. This was not something deliberate where they chose to make Hijra for the sake of Allah. Because remember, when we're talking about Hijra, Prophet ﷺ had said, Man kanat hijratuhu ila dunya yusibuha aw imra'atin yankihuha fahijratuhu ila ma hajara ilayh. That whoever's Hijra is for the dunya. The people who came and settled in Bradford, was this for the sake of Allah? No, it was for the dunya. So Bradford, we don't consider Bradfords and the other Bradfords around the UK, you know, we don't consider those to be truly Muslim town. It's a place where people collected, but now you can see in Bradford and similar towns all of the corruption that exists in the rest of the society. So the concept of Hijra addresses fundamentally the maintenance of the Muslim community. That is what is at the bottom of it. For us to be able to effectively implement Islam, we need to be a part and a parcel of a community. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had said, I command you to do 5 things. It's a hadith narrated by Al-Harith Al-Ash'ari. 1, to obey and to adhere to the community. First one, I command you to do 5 things. Very first one is to adhere to the community, to listen, to obey, to make Hijra, and to fight in Allah's cause. And he went on to say, he who secedes from the community as much as a palm's width has cast aside the bonds of Islam unless he returns. He who breaks off from the community, goes off by himself, a palm's width, the width of a palm from the community, this is metaphorically speaking, then he has cast off the bonds of Islam from himself. And he doesn't regain that until he returns to the community. It is not proper that a Muslim lives in the midst of the idolaters. He will not be aided by the intercession of the Prophet ﷺ on the Day of Judgment. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, I'm innocent of him or her. أَنَا بَرِيءٌ مِمَّنْ عَاشَ بَيْنَ ظَهْرَانَيْ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. I absolve myself from all those who live in the midst of the mushriks, the idol worshippers, the pagans. He absolves himself from us, saying, this is not the way to live. In other narrations he mentions that you should not see their fires, nor should they see yours. Of course, in those days it had to do with setting up your tent or your house, and fires was what was used to illuminate the houses at night. Lamps. Meaning that your neighbors, those who live around you, should be Muslims. You should not live and all of your neighbors, front, back, sides, are non-Muslims. That is not the way to live. That is wrong. It is wrong. It is not permissible for a Muslim to live like that. As long as he or she is capable of living otherwise. Of course, we have exceptions, exceptional circumstances, but we don't make those exceptions the rules.